Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the second pre-season test for World Racing Leagues. And here you'll see the sector splits for Mr. Bungie, the pole sitter. A 20.1 to 20.4 is his range for sector 3. And we'll look at mine, and my best is a 20.8. In fact, in the rest of the lap, I've matched him in sector 2. And slightly quicker actually in sector 1. So that's the difference you see between a wheel, as in Mr. Bungie, and myself on a pad. Making up the other place in the front row was Bufka, also on a wheel, and everyone after that was on a pad. So there you have it, Mercedes locking up the front row. Not such a surprise in real life, but yeah, in the game when we're on equal, it's the wheel that locks out the front row. Anyhow, we are the best of the pad users on the grid. Hopefully get a good start here. We are starting on the primes. Not the greatest start, in fact, and we actually lose out to the wheel users, so that's a complete myth that we get better starts on the pad, and almost running into the back of Bufka there as he has a slightly awkward entry to the first turn. Not sure what happened to Zenith because he's dropped back quite a lot on this opening lap. But as you can see here, we've sort of maintained the distance between ourselves and Bufka. But in this last sector, the Team Mercedes wheel users just jettison themselves off into the distance. I think we're only 0.4 or 0.5 down after the second sector, and as we cross the line here, we should see that the gap is 1.1. So that's the 7/10 pretty much. Well, we've lost about 3 seconds to Bufka and a few more to Bungie. We're still getting purple in the first sector. So that's very odd. And we entered the pits to get rid of these horrible primes before, in fact, any of the option runners. And we exit the pits in last position, of course. Oh, slightly touching the wall there. But no one else has pitted, so this is, to be expected. Let's stop remaining, yes I know. And we go purple here by... well, of course, because we have an undercut, we should be going purple. But if we follow this lap to see if we beat the time, we haven't exactly done anything wrong. Pretty much the best we could do on a pad through there. And of course, not even close to the fastest lap, which Bungie still holds from the 109.4. So, very frustrating, but there's Bufka, who just exited the pit, so we're caught up quite a lot in that undercut. Careful not to run into the back of him. That's Cena up ahead, who has not pitted yet. We're helping a DRS here. So interestingly, the undercut has worked, and what's high is Bufka on is important for us to know. Looks like he's on the prime there. Oh, the rear end has just come out a little bit there. And it looks like we have a pace advantage on the options over the prime shod Mercedes, but is it going to be enough to make an overtake, or is it going to be enough to stay anywhere near him in the final sector? Probably not is the answer. So he has a lot more grip. He's even on the marbles there, and he's managed to go around the outside without going off the track. He has a bit of a compromise line though, and we get DRS. So should be able to make this move up here into turn 1. Yeah, we are through. So we had to put it down to second gear, so we might be compromising the exit. But it looks like we'll be able to cover that off quite nicely. Mr. Bungie makes his second stop of the race, and you can see that there's a dot on the map that doesn't seem to be going anywhere in the pit lane. So that was actually Zenith. His car sort of stopped in the exit of the pit lane for a good deal of the race. So that was very strange. Here we see we're actually still going purple in the first sector on these very old tyres. We put it on lap 8, so we plan to go 14 laps on both sets of option tyres, which seem to last longer for me in this game than the prime tyres on almost all the tracks I've tried so far. Bufka's entered the pits there for his second stop, so it looks like everyone else going for a 3 stop while we're going for a 2 stop. So it will be interesting to see where it pans out. It looks like I'm guaranteed top 2, but Bungie is the guy that we have to We are putting for fresh rubber, but Bungie's the guy we have to watch out for the win of the race. You'll see here that the Williams of Zenith stuck on the pit lane. And here comes Wolfka. This will be close, but it looks like we've taken that position. Oh. The hand of rage goes up there. But now on lap 24, we are going purple and we're catching Mr. Bungie, so this is fantastic news for the race. And it looks like we might have a shot at the win, but we're waiting for it. There it is, Mr. Bungie lost connection. And that's not all, folks. You can see him coming up around here. Not entirely sure what happened. We didn't restart the session because it's only a pre-season race. We do go purple, but just about here, or perhaps around this first corner, yes, Wolfka's gone, and soon we all follow suit. So that was a bit disappointing, not being able to finish this pre-season race. But no points on offer, so not too much harm done. And also apologies for not uploading much in the past week, and probably not for another couple of days, only because I've got exams for university coming up. So that's been taking most of my time to study for my 2 exams. So after that, there'll be a torrent of videos coming our way, and that includes Grid, F1, and some other stuff as well. So thank you guys for watching, and see you next time for the Australian Grand Prix.